All right, so think about this for a sec.
Yeah.
You're sitting at a coffee shop, phones buzzing, earbuds in, got the Wi-Fi going. It's like second nature now, right? This whole invisible world connecting us all.
Totally.
But before we had any of that, there was this guy, Nikola Tesla,
Yeah.
who dreamt this up like over a century ago.
It really is mind-blowing. Back in the late 1800s, electricity was, the new frontier. And Tesla, he saw beyond just like light bulbs and stuff.
Right.
He envisioned a world powered like completely wirelessly, a concept that most people back then thought was pure science fiction.
Exactly. And that's what I think is so fascinating about this deep dive that we're going to do.
Yeah.
We're going to uncover how this often like misunderstood genius laid the groundwork for all the tech we just kind of take for granted these days.
Yeah.
We're talking like a rivalry with Edison.
Yeah.
That sounds like something out of a movie.
It's a good one.
Whispers of like FBI secrets.
Ooh,
and Tesla's own, eccentric personality.
Larger than life. Yeah, let's start with that Edison rivalry, the whole War of the Currents thing. Edison, he was really championing direct current, DC.
Right.
Which worked okay for, short distances, but it was clunky and super inefficient.
Yeah.
And Tesla, he shows up in America with this radical idea, alternating current, AC.
So why was AC such a big deal? I mean, most of us, we just plug stuff in without even, like, thinking twice.
Well, think about it this way. Edison, she wanted to light up neighborhoods, but Tesla wanted to power the world.
Wow.
AC could be transmitted over way longer distances with, like, barely any loss, all thanks to something called voltage transformation.
Okay.
Edison's DC just couldn't compete at that scale.
So it was more than just, like, a technical difference then.
Right.
It was about, like, two totally different visions for the future of electricity.
Precisely. And Edison, he realized the threat that AC posed to his whole empire.
Yeah.
And he launched this full-blown smear campaign. Oh, yeah. Imagine, like, publicly electrocuting animals just to try to demonstrate the, supposed dangers of AC.
Wow. Talk about playing dirty.
Yeah.
But Tesla, being Tesla, I guess he wasn't fazed.
Nope.
His AC motor, it was a masterpiece.
Oh, yeah.
Elegant, efficient. It proved that his vision wasn't just like some theory. It was like practical and powerful.
Absolutely. And then the 1893 Chicago World's Fair.
Yeah.
That became like the ultimate showdown.
Okay.
Tesla's AC system illuminated the entire fairgrounds.
Whoa.
It was showcasing the potential of his tech to the whole world.
Yeah.
It was a dazzling spectacle and a decisive victory for AC.
That's the kind of story that just makes you realize how revolutionary Tesla's ideas really were. But here's where it gets even more mind-bending.
Oh, yeah.
This victory, it fueled his obsession with something even bigger.
What's that?
Wireless transmission of energy.
Oh, that's where his famous Tesla coil comes in. Even today, it feels like something out of a sci-fi movie.
Right.
Shooting sparks across the lab, lighting up vacuum tubes, but without wires? It was like he was bending the laws of physics.
It must have seemed like magic to people back then.
Oh, absolutely.
But for Tesla, this was just a stepping stone.
Right.
He had this like childhood dream
Yeah.
of harnessing the power of Niagara Falls.
Oh, wow.
And incredibly, he made it happen.
He did.
We're not talking about some like small scale experiment or anything.
Yeah.
Tesla designed these massive generators.
Huge.
Channeling that raw power of Niagara, transmitting electricity over 360 miles
Wow.
to power New York City.
It's unbelievable.
It was an engineering marvel.
Yeah.
On a scale never seen before.
Totally.
Talk about like making a childhood dream a reality.
Yeah.
But even with this incredible achievement, Tesla wasn't satisfied.
Of course not.
He was already looking beyond wires.
Uh-huh.
Towards a future where energy flowed like freely through the air.
And that's what makes Tesla so fascinating, right? He wasn't just an inventor.
Right.
He was a visionary.
Yeah.
Who saw the potential of a world we're only just beginning to understand.
It's incredible.
And that kind of brings us to, a chapter that might surprise you, the race to invent radio.
Oh, okay.
Most people associate radio with Marconi, right?
For sure.
But Tesla, he was right there, like pushing the boundaries of wireless communication, even before Marconi.
So Tesla was dabbling in radio too.
Yeah.
I always thought that was like Marconi's thing.
He was more than dabbling.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Tesla was filing patents for, like, radio tech as early as 1897.
Wow.
He developed tuned circuits,
Okay.
which are, critical for transmitting and receiving specific signals.
Mm-hmm.
And he was sending radio signals before Marconi even entered the scene.
Hold on. Tuned circuits.
Yeah.
What are those exactly? It sounds pretty technical.
Well, imagine you're trying to, listen to a specific conversation.
Yeah.
In a crowded room.
Yeah.
It's a jumble of voices, right?
Right.
A tuned circuit, it acts like a filter. It lets you tune into a specific frequency and block out all the others.
Okay.
It's essential for clear communication, especially when you've got multiple signals flying through the air.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So Tesla was already way ahead of the curve.
Oh, yeah.
But if he was so far ahead, why isn't he credited with inventing radio?
Well, Tesla's vision went way beyond just sending, messages across the Atlantic.
Right.
He was already envisioning a global wireless communication network.
Wow.
A way to, connect the entire world through an invisible web of energy and information.
It's almost eerie how he, predicted the internet, isn't it?
It really is. But here's where Tesla's story takes an even more kind of intriguing turn.
Okay.
His vision wasn't just, rooted in science and engineering.
Mm-hmm.
It was deeply intertwined with his spiritual beliefs.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He was heavily influenced by, Eastern philosophies. Okay.
And there are accounts of him believing that he was receiving signals from, extraterrestrial beings.
Wait, extraterrestrial beings?
Right, yeah.
Now that's a twist I wasn't expecting.
It might sound out there,
Yeah.
but it speaks to how Tesla saw the universe as this, grand interconnected symphony of vibrations and waves.
All right.
He believed everything, from light to energy, even our thoughts, could be transmitted wirelessly.
It's like he was tapping into something beyond our, everyday understanding.
Yeah.
Something almost, mystical.
Mm-hmm.
But while Tesla was reaching for the stars, Marconi was focused on a much, simpler goal.
Right.
Sending a radio signal across the Atlantic.
Yep.
And as we know, Marconi succeeded.
He did.
Winning the fame, the fortune. He even got a Nobel Prize in 1909.
That Nobel Prize snub was a major blow to Tesla.
Yeah.
It really added to his frustration and isolation from, the scientific community.
Right. The true pioneer of radio technology watched as someone else got, accolades for using many of his own ideas.
Talk about a tough break.
Yeah.
But knowing Tesla, he didn't let this setback stop him.
Nope.
He had an even grander, more ambitious project in mind.
Oh.
Wardenclyffe Tower.
Wardenclyffe. It wasn't just a tower.
Right.
It was Tesla's, ultimate dream. Imagine a massive structure designed not just for, worldwide broadcasting, but for wireless power transmission on a global scale.
Free energy beamed to, every corner of the planet.
Exactly.
That sounds like something straight out of a sci-fi movie.
Right. But Tesla was dead serious.
Wow.
He believed Wardenclyffe could make it happen. He even kept the full extent of his plan, secret from his primary investor, J.P. Morgan.
Wow, the secrecy. It seems like something that would have gotten everyone excited.
The secrecy surrounding Wardenclyffe just added to its mystique.
Right.
Locals reported seeing, strange lights.
Oh, wow.
And hearing unusual sounds coming from the tower.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Fueling all these rumors of secret experiments and otherworldly technologies. It's like Tesla was tapping into something unknown.
Yeah.
Something that both fascinated and frightened people.
So what happened? Why didn't Wardenclyffe succeed?
Well,
It sounds like it could have, changed the world.
just as Tesla was on the verge of realizing his dream, disaster struck.
Oh, no.
Marconi successfully transmitted a signal across the Atlantic, proving the commercial viability of his, simpler radio system.
Right.
Morgan, seeing Marconi's success and realizing the true, mind-boggling nature of Tesla's plans, pulled his funding.
Oh, man, what a turning point.
Yeah.
So Wardenclyffe, this, Tower of Dreams, was left unfinished.
Right.
A monument to Tesla's unrealized vision. What a tragic twist of fate
It is.
for a man who had already achieved so much.
The irony is almost heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Marconi, using many of Tesla's patented ideas, achieves global fame and fortune. While Tesla's left penniless, his contributions largely forgotten.
It makes you wonder, what if Morgan had believed in Tesla's vision?
Yeah.
What if Wardenclyffe had been completed? Could our world today be powered wirelessly, just as Tesla imagined?
It's a tantalizing thought. But as we delve into Tesla's later years, the story takes an even more kind of poignant turn.
Okay.
A man who once illuminated the world with AC power
Right.
and pioneered radio technology
Yeah.
ends up ostracized and struggling financially. His brilliance overshadowed by his increasingly, eccentric behavior.
Yeah. It's almost like a Greek tragedy, isn't it?
It is.
A man who gave the world so much ends up forgotten and alone.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to imagine what must have been going through his mind during those later years.
Tesla's later years were such a stark contrast to, the fame and adulation he experienced earlier in his career.
Yeah.
He was ostracized by a lot of the scientific community.
Right.
His financial struggles were, well documented, and he kind of retreated further into his own world.
It's so sad to think about this brilliant mind being like dismissed and sidelined.
Yeah.
But even in isolation, Tesla's mind, it never stopped churning.
Yep.
He continued to work on like new inventions and ideas, some of which were, well, a little out there.
A little bit. What's fascinating is how Tesla's brilliance and, eccentricity, they seem to become even more intertwined during this period.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He developed these kind of peculiar habits, like feeding pigeons in New York City parks.
Okay.
And he made some, really outlandish claims, like having invented a death ray weapon.
A death ray.
Capable of destroying entire armies.
It's like he transformed into this almost mythical figure, this like eccentric genius with, fantastical inventions and a shroud of mystery surrounding him.
For sure.
And speaking of mystery, the FBI's interest in Tesla's papers after his death just adds to the intrigue.
Absolutely. The fact that the FBI seized all of his research immediately after he died really fueled speculation about, secret weapons, hidden technologies, and maybe even knowledge that was just deemed too dangerous for the public.
Wow.
It's like Tesla's genius, even in death, was seen as a potential threat.
It really makes you wonder what secrets those papers held.
Right. Yeah.
And what Tesla might have been working on in those final years. But while Tesla was exploring these, unconventional and often controversial ideas, a new scientific revolution was taking shape.
Right.
One that he surprisingly refused to embrace.
Einstein's theory of relativity.
It's one of the more curious aspects of Tesla's later life.
It is.
Here was a man who was always ahead of his time. A visionary who seemed to kind of see the future.
Yeah.
Yet he dismissed Einstein's groundbreaking work.
Totally.
Clinging instead to his own increasingly esoteric theories.
It's fascinating.
So even a genius like Tesla could have blind spots.
Yeah.
It's a reminder that even the most brilliant minds can be resistant to change, especially when it challenges their deeply held beliefs.
Exactly. And it makes you wonder, what if Tesla had embraced Einstein's theories?
Yeah.
Could it have led to even more groundbreaking discoveries, perhaps even a breakthrough in his quest for wireless power?
It's amazing to think that so much of what we take for granted today, wireless communication, remote control, even the very concept of a connected world, it can all be traced back to this one man, Nikola Tesla.
It's incredible.
His story is both inspiring and tragic.
It is.
A testament to the power of imagination and the potential of human ingenuity, but also a cautionary tale about the fine line between genius and obsession.
For sure.
And the challenges of bringing, truly revolutionary ideas to the world.
Absolutely.
So what does this all mean for us today?
Oh.
Tesla's legacy is more relevant than ever as we face challenges like climate change and the need for, sustainable energy solutions. Tesla's vision of a wireless world powered by clean energy seems almost prophetic.
It really does.
It begs the question, what if Tesla's dream of wireless power had become a reality?
Oh, man.
Imagine a world where energy flowed freely and wirelessly,
Yeah.
powering our homes, our devices, our lives,
Right.
without the need for fossil fuels or cumbersome power grids.
It's a tantalizing thought.
It is.
And one that continues to inspire, researchers and inventors today.
And that brings us to the Tesla Vision Challenge.
Okay.
We challenge you, our listeners, to think like Tesla.
Yeah.
How would he approach the problems we face today?
How would he use his incredible imagination and
Wow.
his unwavering belief in the power of science and technology to create a better future?
Explore Tesla's patents, delve into his writings,
Yeah.
and let your own imagination run wild. Perhaps hidden within his forgotten ideas lies the key to unlocking a more sustainable, more connected, and more electrifying future.
Absolutely.
So the next time you use your smartphone, You charge your devices wirelessly. Or simply marvel at the, interconnectedness of our world. Remember Nikola Tesla?
Yeah,
Behind the magic of our wireless world lies the story of a misunderstood genius.
for sure.
A man who dared to dream of a future we're only just beginning to realize.
That's right.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the extraordinary life and mind of Nikola Tesla.